بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وآله وأصحابه أجمعين. زملائي أعضاء Anglo-Arab Toastmasters Club، الضيوف الكرام، سعدتم مساء ومرحبا بكم في الاجتماع رقم 29. يسعدني باعتباري القائم بأعمال أمين المراسم أن أقدم لكم بعض القوانين التي يجب مراعاتها قبل أن نبدأ الاجتماع. يرجى التأكد من أن أجهزتكم مشحونة ومن وجود اتصال مستقر بالإنترنت. كذلك يرجى الامتناع عن كتابة أي شيء في مربع الدردشة، وخاصة أثناء تقديم الخطيب لخطبته. يرجى التكرم بإغلاق ميكروفوناتكم فقط أثناء حديث الخطباء أو أصحاب الأدوار. عند تقديم الورشة التعليمية والتي سيقوم بطرحها اليوم المعلم المتخصص الأستاذ عماد الدين عامر، يتم وضع الأسئلة الموجهة للمحاضر على الدردشة، وسأقوم بعد الورشة بمناقشتها معه. سأقرأ عليكم الآن رسالة النادي والرجاء إعادتها بعد ذكرها. All of you with me please. We will say the club mission for today. تقديم تجربة.
تقديم تجربة.
DTM Alka, I want to hear your voice.
تقديم تجربة.
DTM علي شهباز, I want to hear your voice.
تجربة.
تعليمية.
تعليمية.
إيجابية.
إيجابية.
محفزة.
محفزة.
وداعمة.
وداعمة.
لتطوير مهارات التواصل والقيادة. والقيادة. لجميع الأعضاء مما يؤدي إلى رفع درجة الثقة بالنفس والنمو على المستوى الشخصي. Hello Toastmasters and your guests. Good evening and welcome to meeting number 29 of Anglo-Arab Toastmaster Club. It's a great pleasure to have you all here today and hope you enjoy our meeting. For today's meeting, we have some ground rules I wish we observe. Be sure that your mics are muted while the speakers are on the stage. If you have questions, please use the raise hand button to show that you want to participate or speak. Take your notes if you want to ask some questions after the educational session of our professional teacher, Imadudden Amer. And we will be having 10 minutes for questions after during the meeting. And please repeat with me the club mission in English. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence, greater self-confidence, and personal growth. And now I hand over the stage to the president of the meeting, DTM Alka Kumra.
Thank you, our Sergeant at Arms for the day and our VP Education, DTM Sahar Alvardaji. Good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to Anglo-Arab Toastmasters Club, a unique club where we all are trying to learn a different language than our own mother tongue. Today, I'm really happy to see so many guests with us. And let me start by welcoming our immediate past region advisor, DTM Ali Shahbaz. We will we'll hear him speak as a speaker. We are fortunate to have him here as a speaker today. We also have with us immediate past admin manager, DTM Shilpa Reddy. DTM Shilpa, can you say a few words? Because DTM Ali, we will be listening to him as a speaker, so I'll ask him later for the meeting feedback. But we would like to hear from you today, DTM Shilpa.
Good evening, DTM Alka and the other attendees. It's my pleasure to be here. Like when the meeting started, before it started, someone asked me, "Are you from Kuwait?" I told, "I am from Kuwait, but I'm hardly seen in the meetings." But it's my pleasure to join Anglo-Arab Club's meeting today. Looking forward for a great meet. Back to you, President.
Thank you, DTM Shilpa. We also have our Area 32 Director, Toastmaster Seham.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking Area 32 or Area 20?
32 only, 32.
32. Great, great. So,
today.
thank you, Seham. And we have Asma Alanizi. She is the president of Jahara Elite Toastmasters. Asma, we would like to hear a few words from you.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone are doing very well. I'm happy to be among you today to learn more about Toastmaster Anglo-Arab experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Asma. Welcome. And we also have Mrs. Ibrahim. May I know who is that, and may I request Mrs. Ibrahim to say a few words?
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Jumana with you. How are you?
Oh, hi, Jumana.
Alaikum salam.
So welcome to your own club.
Yes. I'm really glad to
Rename yourself.
Yes.
And it's really nice. I love to be here. You guys are really amazing.
Great. Welcome here.
Thank you.
And we have Toastmaster Mahmoud. Of course, he's a member. He's always with us. Toastmaster Mishari. He's almost as our member. So I would like to request him to say a few words. He's been supporting us in every meeting.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here today also. And my role today is Evaluator for DTM Ali Shahbaz. Inshallah, we will see you through this meeting with a good job and great job. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mishari, and welcome once again to Anglo-Arab Club. Actually, I should not worry about asking DTM Ali to also introduce himself and say a few words. Sometimes when the speakers are a bit nervous, we say, okay, we'll ask them to speak after their speeches, but we can't expect DTM Ali to be nervous. So please, DTM Ali, say a few words.
Thank you, Madam President, Alka Kumra, and our immediate past Club Growth Director. Your energy is always very good and we enjoy it as usual. I'm happy to be here today with Anglo-Arab Toastmasters Club. It's my first experience and looking forward to enjoy the meeting. And I hope you all enjoy my speech.
We will, surely. Thank you and welcome to the club. With that, I would just like to say a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, if you are angry for one moment or 1 minute, you have wasted 60 minutes of happiness. 60 seconds of happiness. So if I don't know how the Toastmaster, what is the thought of the Toastmaster of the day behind today's theme when she says happiness is nothing, but what I feel, happiness is a state of mind. So you can decide how happy you want to be and how much time you want to be happy. What makes you happy, what makes you angry is besides the point. If you decide every moment that makes you angry also, you will not let it affect you, affect your mood, affect your day, affect your life, then that is happiness for me. So without saying more about the theme of the day, I would just now like to once again welcome all of you to this meeting and give the control of the day to our Toastmaster of the day. She's a new Toastmaster in the sense that she's been a Toastmaster for a few months. And I know her from my parent club, Dura Toastmasters. She's an enthusiastic lady, energetic lady, and loves to communicate in different ways. So I would like to hand over the control of the day to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rubina Sheikh. Over to you.
Would you please, at the first, we want to adopt the agenda, please, DTM Alka.
Sorry, adopt the agenda. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have any? Is there any change?
Yes, DTM Fatma Abdo. I will be instead of her.
Okay.
I will be general evaluator, inshallah.
Okay. So with that change, instead of DTM Fatma Abdo being the general evaluator, we'll have DTM Sahar Alwardaji. So we would adopt the agenda. Can someone propose to adopt the agenda?
I, Toastmaster Murali Manohar, would like to propose the change as proposed by our VP Education and adopt the agenda.
Thank you, DTM Murali. Can someone second that?
I second. I'm
Thank you.
Toastmaster Fatma, the chair second.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fatma. So with that, the agenda is adopted and I give the control to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rubina. Over to you. Please unmute yourself. Toastmaster Rubina, please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Am I audible?
Yes,
you are.
Yes.
Because I didn't get a reply, so I thought I was not audible. ما هو السعادة? Can anyone define happiness? السعادة قرار. بالنسبة لي للعطشان السعادة كاس طويل من الماء. لكن السعادة للمليونير, the happiness for a millionaire is to become a billionaire. So happiness is qarar. Happiness is a decision. Happiness is a state of mind. رئيس الاجتماع عادات التوستماستر الحضور الكريم. شكرا للرئيس الاجتماع على المقدم الرائع. اليوم دوري هو أريف الاجتماع. سأقوم بالتقديم الخطبة للحدث اليوم، وبالانتهاء الخطبة سأطلب التقرير الميقاتي وكذلك التصويت لأفضل خطيب. ثم سأقدم على مقوم العام ليقوم بالتقديم فقراتي، وبعد ذلك سأعيد الميكروفون إلى رئيس الاجتماع قبل نهاية الاجتماع. شكرا لك رئيس الاجتماع. اجتماع اليوم مكون من عدة فقرات. فقرات الخطبة المعدد مسابقا، الورشة التعليمية، فقرات مقيم العام، وفقرات العمل مع رئيس الاجتماع. اليوم للمساعدين في الاجتماع تعرفكم علي. أولاً الميقاتي Mr. Mohammed Hassan. TM Mahmoud Hassan is the miqati, the timer. Over to you. Mahmoud Hassan, over to you.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله، مساكم الله بالخير جميعا. إن شاء الله دوري اليوم في الاجتماع أنا الميقاتي دوري أن أضبط الوقت في كل فقرات الاجتماع، ثم أعطي تقرير الوقت لرئيس الاجتماع أو العريف متى طلب مني ذلك. Good evening to all. My role in the meeting is to set time and offer it to the meeting organizer whenever he asks for it. Thank you.
Thank you TM محمود حسن محمود. والآن أقدم لكم المدقق اللغوي وأعداد التعلقات DTM وفاء سلمان. Over to you DTM وفاء سلمان.
Please, the modified agenda, Toastmaster of the day, I sent to you the modified agenda. She will be Alka Kumra, inshallah. DTM Alka Kumra.
والآن أقدم لكم المدقق اللغوي والأعداد التعلقات DTM Alka Kumra. Over to you DTM Alka Kumra.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Today as grammarian, my role will be to highlight the good usage of the language and to point out or recommend suggestions for improvement, if any. Also, the word of the day that is introduced is delighted. That goes with the theme of the day. Delighted means to be in a state of happiness. So you can use the verb, this is a verb form. Delight is also the noun form. In the noun form, you can also use delight. So I would recommend and encourage all of you to use the word of the day, delight, and its Arabic word is saida. Saida. So I would recommend and encourage all of you to please use of this word of the day during your speeches, table topic speeches or evaluation speeches also. There is no table topics today. So with that, I will hand over back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Rubina.
Thank you, DTM Alka Kumra. ثالثا, the last one but not the least, أنا سعيدا جدا أن أعرفها من سنة. I'm very lucky and delighted to know her. She is none other than, she is مقيم العام, the general evaluator for today, none other than DTM Sahar. Sahar Wardagi, after you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Greetings, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples for preparation, organization, delivery, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Sahar. Now let us head towards the prepared speeches. The first speaker is DTM Ali Shahbaz, and his title of the speech is How Different Can We Be? Over to you, DTM Ali Shahbaz.
Hi, maybe the objectives of my speech?
Yes, I can say your objectives.
Sorry about that. May I request you to give the objective to DTM Ali Shahbaz, please? Thank you.
Thank you very much. DTM Ali Shahbaz, the purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her own cultural identities and the stereotype that impact others' perception of him or her. All the best. Your time is from 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, Master of the day.
Rubina, you are muted. Can you please unmute yourself and repeat the title of DTM Ali's speech?
Certainly. The title of the speech is How Different Can We Be? Ali Shahbaz, DTM Ali Shahbaz. His title of the speech is How Different Can We Be? Over to you, DTM Ali Shahbaz.
DTM Ali Shahbaz Ali.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Murali, for that playback. And thank you, our amazing Master of Ceremonies, for that amazing introduction. Today, I'm going to speak about a subject which is kind of a global phenomenon. We all know about it, but it needs always some time for us to re-emphasize this in our memory, in our conscious, that how different we all can be. Now, just have a look at me. I am Ali Shahbaz Ali. Let me tell you something about me. I come from a very mixed background. You cannot imagine. There's a little bit Indian in me. There's a little bit Bahraini in me. There's a little bit Persian in me. So I have cousins all around, at least in the Middle East. Now, coming from a very mixed culture, the school I went to was Indian school. When I walk in my house, I'm sure our Kuwaiti members would be knowing the place called Muharrak in Bahrain. I am from Muharrak. Just near my house, there is the boys' school, the first boys' school in Bahrain, known as Al-Hidayah School. The funny part is, I can just walk to the school. It's at less than 5 minutes distance. But I didn't join that school. For some reason, because of being mixed blood, mixed culture, my parents thought, better keep him in Indian school. So I joined the first Indian school in Bahrain, which is from back in 70s till today. When I joined Indian school, I had a lot of friends from mixed culture. Obviously, more on the Indian side. So slowly I started getting disconnected from the Bahraini culture or the Bahraini language and started hanging out with my good school buddies from Indian school. And then what happened in Indian school? I started enjoying Bollywood movies. And I loved Bollywood movies. There was a fever in me for Bollywood movies. Have you ever heard, by show of hands, Amitabh Bachchan? Everybody knows Amitabh Bachchan. How many of you know Salman Khan or Shah Rukh Khan? And how many of you know Rajinikanth? So I grew up watching most of the Bollywood movies, Bollywood songs, and somehow I managed to finish from school. After I finished from school, the reality hit me. There was no more Bollywood. My friends from India, till today we are in touch. They migrated back to India. They went back to the home country. And I was thinking, oh my God, what do I do now? I didn't study Arabic the way I should have. I only focused on English. I used to watch Bollywood and I was good in studies. Now in University of Bahrain, the reality hit me. People started telling me, "Ali, you are a Bahraini, you should speak in Arabic. What's wrong with you? Always English, 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 English." That time, it was kind of late to touch bases. I had a lot of Arabic speaking friends in the university, but I used to run away from everybody and I used to look in the university. Are there any Indian friends so I can talk about Indian movies, go to cinemas? Luckily, I made Indian and Pakistani friends in the university as well. So the whole 4 or 5 years went again with English language, mixed culture, Bollywood movies, Bollywood songs. Somewhere in my university life, in 2003, towards the end, I got introduced to Toastmasters International. And I was saying this in one of my speeches last time. I went to the club with 4 friends from the university. All of us were Bahrainis. And 2 were non-Bahraini. Me and my friend was Bahraini, so four of us. Now, what happened is the Bahraini who was with me was like me, mixed, half Bahraini, half Thailandi. So he also didn't speak much Arabic, so we got along well. The other one was Indian and then Pakistani. We all went to Toastmasters Club. They ran out after the meeting. I stayed back till today. And 17 years passed already. Now, what happened? Why I didn't take the decision in 2003? I thought, why not go to Indian Toastmasters? I went to Indian Toastmasters and I wanted to join. They thought, he's too Bahraini to join us. I went to Pakistani, they thought, no, he's too Indian to join us. I went to Bahrain Toastmasters. They thought, he is too Indian to join us. So I didn't get welcoming anywhere. I went to Filipino Club Toastmasters and they said, wow, most welcome. Whoever you are, please come in. So I started 8 years of my journey with Filipino Club Toastmasters. When time passed, with God's grace, with the love and support of the people in Middle East and Toastmasters fraternity, I became the district director of the largest district in the world. Now, what was the benefit? See the cross culture. The district is in Middle East, but 80% of them, all of us, we couldn't speak much Arabic. We used to enjoy going to DTEX, district conferences, and meet each other, people from all walks of life. We had Bahrainis, Kuwaitis, we had our friends from India, Sri Lanka, Egypt, Lebanon, Jordan, and we used to love meeting in district conferences. When we went to Jordan, we enjoyed going everywhere in Jordan. The taxi driver, I still remember, when he picked us up out of our hotel, we were 5 from different backgrounds. He picked us up. I sat in the front. I was speaking in Arabic, and at the back they were speaking in Hindi, in Tamil, and English. So the taxi driver in Jordan asked me, "Who are you people? What is this team?" Arabic, Hindi, Madarishino. So I just told him we are mixed people. We came here for Toastmasters conference. He didn't know obviously what is Toastmasters. I had to explain to him. But he was so impressed. I never saw different nationalities happy, joking, sitting in one taxi, and we told him to take us to the Dead Sea in Jordan. We seriously enjoyed it. I want to break the stereotype that we are very different. We all are equal, we all are same, we all think the same. Cultures are different to learn something from each other, but we are truly global, truly Toastmasters International. So let's be one always and learn from each other. Let's not feel that we are completely different. We should enjoy each other's culture. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
That was a very fantastic and very engaging speech. It will really take me a second or two, a fraction of a second or two, to get back to this mode. I'm still stuck with your speech, actually. A very well done job. The next speaker of the day is TM Seham Mohammed. The title of her speech is Explore Yourself. And to evaluate her, I would like to invite Toastmaster DTM, distinguished Toastmaster Murali Manohar.
Don't we have a minute for feedback?
Oh, okay. Please excuse me. This is the first time with the
It's okay.
TMOD.
It's okay.
No problem.
It's okay. It's okay.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let us have a minute for the feedback, please.
Toastmaster of the day, can I say something, please? TMOD, FRubina.
TM Fatma.
Yeah. I need for everyone when they are not speaking, they mute the microphone because we are recording, and this will disturb the recording after we post it on the Instagram. So I need until you take your part, start your part, then you unmute your microphone, please, for everyone. Thank you.
May I know from the timer if our minute is over? Because I cannot see the tags.
It must be more than a minute, no problem.
Yeah.
I don't see the timer too.
I can see the timer, but I don't see any color or any. ممكن أعرف من الميقاتي إذا خلصنا دقيقة؟
8 مستر روبينا خلاص.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mahmoud Hassan.
Thank you.
Now we will proceed to our next speaker, TM Seham Mohammed, and the speech title is Explore Yourself. To evaluate Seham, TM Seham is DTM Murali Manohar. Please may I request DTM Murali Manohar to read her speech objective. Over to you, DTM Murali Manohar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. And fellow Toastmaster, today I'm going to be evaluating our area director, Toastmaster Seham Mohammed's speech called Reaching Consensus. This is 20-minute speech, and the purpose of this project is for the member to work with a group to practice reaching consensus on any topic. This will be on 2 sessions. One is 20 minutes exercise along with 2 to 3 minutes of closing statement. And it also includes the member to work with a group to practice reaching consensus, and is for the member to discuss his or her experience leading a Toastmaster or non-Toastmaster group towards consensus. Over to you, and all the best.
Thank you so much, DTM Murali.
And the speech title is Explore Yourself. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, DTM Murali Manohar. May I request Toastmaster Seham to go on with her speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Seham. The title of her speech is Explore Yourself.
Thank you so much. Before I start, I want just you to watch this video with me. I guess 1 minute. There is, okay.
Decide what ice cream flavor we'll be ordering for lunch. There are 4 options: chocolate, vanilla, rocky road, and strawberry. Shall we take a vote?
No, that's not fair, as some of us can't eat some flavors, so that won't work.
Okay, what will work then?
How about getting a consensus on the flavors we can all eat?
This group will never agree on one flavor.
I know. If we don't agree on a flavor within 10 minutes, Then we have to write down all the flavors on pieces of paper and pick one out of a hat. How about that as a motivator for consensus?
Okay, let's try it. I'm getting hungry.
Let's vote on each flavor and see where we stand.
Before we do that, I want you all to know that I'm allergic to nuts, so I can't eat Rocky Road.
There went my vote.
There are 3 other flavors. Surely we can find one that'll work for everyone.
Okay, who votes for chocolate? Me.
Me. That's 2 votes.
Who's for vanilla?
Me.
Me. That's 2 votes too.
Okay, that leaves me outvoted for strawberry.
Can you eat vanilla or chocolate, though? If so, what would be your choice?
I guess I was just hoping for something new for a change. I don't feel that strongly about it. Chocolate would be better than plain old vanilla. Well, even though that's a 3-2 vote for chocolate, I'd just like to remind you all that last time you got chocolate, you were all complaining it was too rich and you didn't get any work done all afternoon because you were so bloated and sleepy.
That's true. How about chocolate frozen yogurt instead?
I'd rather eat worms.
I agree, why bother? What about chocolate vanilla swirl ice cream? Then we can all get some of each flavor?
There's an idea. How about a vote on that? Chocolate and vanilla swirl? In favor?
Yes.
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 Me too. Well, at least we don't have to pull a flavor out of the hat now.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and honorable guests, good evening. My speech today is explore yourself. From the video you have heard, what they are doing in their discussion. What did they do? What's the outcome of their discussion at the end? Any volunteer?
They're trying to come to a consensus.
Very good.
On a selection of one.
Yeah. Yes. Completely right, DTM Murali. They are trying to reach consensus. So now, if I asked you, explore yourself. Are you a type of people who tries to reach consensus or compromise or majority? Which type is you? Let me ask you another question. What's the difference between consensus, compromise, and the majority? Anyone? What's the difference between consensus, compromise, and majority? If we have an issue and we are discussing this issue, if we reach, when we say consensus, when we say compromise, when we say majority. Okay, let me explain. Yes.
Rubina wanted to say.
Okay, go ahead, Rubina.
I can just try this. Just want to try my guess.
Yeah, of course.
Majority is like majority of the group will be satisfied. Well, a few of them will be left unsatisfied. Where the other one you said was compromise, where nobody is happy, but you just want to compromise to make others happy. And consensus, I believe, is where each and every member of the team is satisfied. Or
thank you so much.
They agree upon a certain item.
Yes, thank you so much, Rubina. You are almost there. Now, if we see for consensus, it means that every individual, everyone in the team is satisfied. We all agreed upon the final decision. What about compromise? Compromise always makes one of the team, or if we have two parties or two groups, one must give concessions. It means that you are going to satisfy someone on your own sake. Okay? What about the majority? The majority means that 80% of the group or 90% of the group is satisfied. I see the green card.
The green,
This is for
it
me.
is, yeah, it is 20 minutes, Toastmaster Mahmoud. Kamastas, Tamantash, Ashrin.
All right. Okay. So this is the difference between the three. Here we have three questions. We are going to deal with three questions regarding consensus. The first one would be what, why, and how. If we talk about what is consensus? Consensus is reaching an agreement that meets with all the individuals' needs. We should reach such agreement in order to, it means that it's a full agreement. There is no one that's isolated. Everyone in the team or in the group is meeting or achieving his needs. Okay, why consensus? Why should we, why don't we always use compromising or majority or voting? Why? Why should we be seeking or trying to reach consensus? Actually, we try to reach consensus because it's a very important tool in order to make us all satisfied, in order to make us committed to whatever we are going to do. When you are not satisfied with the agreement or the decision is made by the group, you can't work well. You can't mingle within the group. You are going to be disappointed, sometimes isolated, and maybe you will lose the interest in even participating or sharing them in whatever they are doing. So consensus always protect and give a relaxing environment for group or teams to work together. Now we are going to see how can we reach consensus. Consensus can be reached through some steps, challenges, and at the final we are going to see what or how can we lead a successful consensus. Let's start with the steps and challenges. Here, if you can look at this picture, what can you get from the picture? What can you get from the picture? What's the idea that comes up to your mind when you look at such a picture? Yeah. Any attempt will be fine. So anyone would like to share?
Yes. Your take, yeah. Rubina, sorry.
Okay, Rubina.
I think nobody's satisfied.
Yes, you, okay. So we can feel that there is, as you can say, pulling to the right, pulling to the left. Some people are left and some others, and there is no agreement. There is disagreement for sure among these people or in this team. So how to reach a consensus? As we said, we have steps and the challenges. What are the steps? First of all, and the most important thing when you are trying to make or reach a consensus is to identify your stakeholders, internal and external. Why? To know exactly how do they think and what are their needs. So after that, we should select an issue, the issue that we are going to discuss, the topic that we are going to discuss, the case that we are going to discuss. We should start with an issue and identify it to the group. We are going to discuss this issue and try to find or to reach an agreement. After that, we will set a meeting. We will give a date and agreed on meeting on that day. After we meet we should start and open out the discussion. Open out discussion means that you are going to listen to everyone talking about his or her concerns, or ideas, or suggestions, or fears, whatever they have. You are going to open the discussion, and it will be covering all the ideas and all the concerns regarding every and each individual in the group. Then we are going to explore. We are going to explore what? While you are opening the discussion and let everyone talking about his or her concern or his or her thoughts, you are exploring what type of persons you are dealing with. Are these is this group going technically and effectively to reach a consensus, or some people are going only to argue? They don't have other goals. Proposal. What do you mean by proposal? Proposal means that suppose that we are speaking and discussing the changing the time of for our club, and someone has a good idea or a good proposal that might, and he is sincere in his proposal or her proposal, that we can meet on a certain day or on a holiday, because a lot of people have work, blah, 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 blah. So this is called a proposal. She is having a solution and she is trying to offer this solution. So this is called a proposal. Okay, someone gave a proposal. Another one has a better proposal. Here we are amending the first proposal. If I had a proposal from, we can say, member A, and we have another proposal from member B, and the second one is better, so I can amend the first proposal. Then we are going to taste, meaning that we are going to expose this proposal and try to get agreement and disagreement. Of course, you will have people who will agree and people who will disagree. After that, we should reach to the consensus or the agreement and implement it. Here we reach the decision. Now, what are the challenges we might face in such situation when you are trying to discuss an issue and trying to get consensus or to reach consensus? What are the challenges? Any guessing? What are the challenges we might face?
You need to be patient, hear everybody's views, so you cannot put your views up front.
Okay. What else?
I want others to say so that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone can suggest what are the challenges that might face you while you are making a consensus to reach a certain decision? Yes, DTM Alka?
There will be many viewpoints. So how to reach consensus, whom to listen to and whom not to listen to will be a challenge.
Yes, this is true. Thank you so much. Okay, let's now see what are the challenges. Lack of support. This is one of the most and dangerous challenges, actually. When you feel that someone is only attending just to let others be disappointed. He is not supporting any view. He is not trying, even if he is disagreeing, he doesn't avoid or trying to keep this to himself. Sometimes you feel that people are just attending the discussion or trying to participate only to annoy others. They are not supporting by any means. Unproductive arguments. Sometimes when we are talking about any issue, like if we are talking about changing the our meeting date, some people, they are not bothered of any decision. It will be made, but they need just to prove that we are here and you have to listen to us. And our point of view must be implemented. Take it or leave it. This is, and they take the things personally. When the argument changes to be personally, be 100% sure that there will be attacking, because now I am involved by me. It's me. It's not the decision. It's not the team. It's not the group. It's me. When this happens, it is not necessary, if we are trying to reach a consensus, that you always reach the fruitful results. So what if I had all these, we can say, challenges, all these difficulties? Should we keep on going for the consensus? Should we waste our time on listening to this, fighting with that, or what should we do? At this moment, we can block the issue. It's all right, no problem. Don't be afraid. It's okay, so what? Don't be afraid if you have disagreement. Don't be afraid if you are going to block the issue, because people are taking it to another level. This is not the level or the aim or the common goal we are trying to talk about. So one of the solutions for this is to try to make a common goal for all the members in order to make them all involved and be away from personal arguments. Okay, now, of course, every decision or every any issue must have a leader, or for the group, a leader or a facilitator. What do you think a facilitator or a leader should be? He should be what? Of course, there is a lot of attributes that he must master, but let's say we want some specific attributes. What are, or any suggestion and any answer will be okay, absolutely. So can anyone join? Yes?
Should have
yes.
should have a kind of vision, what concern or what kind of decision needs to be taken.
Absolutely.
Should
He
be
must
clear.
have
Yes.
a clear, yes, he must have a clear vision. He must know exactly where he is going, what he is doing, in order not to confuse others. Otherwise, people are not going to be participating effectively, because he doesn't know exactly what he is talking about, okay? So among all the attributes, we have some of the most important attributes. He must be honest. It means that he is not going to be biased towards someone on the other. He must be trusted. When I'm going to talk and when I am going to participate or say my concerns, he can be supportive to me. So I trust that he is having or implementing integrity. One of the most important things is to be active listener. And this is very, very, very important. Okay? And as DTM Alka, I believe she said very clear. Okay. Now, some tips for choosing the group. If you want to achieve or to reach the consensus, the group must work for everyone. This is the common goal. They must be put in mind. They are going to work for everyone, not for a group to the other. Number two, choose a group that work with a team and will be committed to the decision. They must be committed not only to the decision, but also to work for the team. They must be committed to that, to find the solutions that satisfy and meet all the team needs. Collect from all input from all parts. We have to try to listen to all and collect all the data. Make everyone express his or her own thoughts. Now, the last, we are going to see how can we reach a consensus. As you can see, we should set expectations. Sometimes we have to put expectations of what we are going, after making this decision, what we are going to reach, how we are going to reach it, discuss the responsibilities. Everyone must know what he is going to do, a clear idea what he is going to do and why he is going to do it. Record ideas. Of course, you are going to discuss ideas, record ideas, narrow the ideas, focus on positive ideas, manage conflicts. If I find a conflict, I can postpone another meeting in order to reach the outcome or the decision. Avoid personal arguments and attacks, as we said. Shut down unproductive arguments as a facilitator and a leader. Ensure everyone participation and repeat if necessary. Now we should, I have an issue and I really like if you can write to me some suggestions. Of course, we should, I don't know how the time runs out. We have this issue. The issue said that there is a club that didn't meet even for once online. We need to put suggestions and concerns to make these people participate and try to meet even for once online. So I will wait for your suggestions on the chat. Thank you so much, and I wish that you enjoyed the speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Wow, that was a lot of information. With two fantastic and very engaging speeches, now we are heading to the much awaited segment of this evening, and that is an educational workshop by Imadudden Amer, Professor Imadudden Amer. معلم لغة الإنجليزية في وزارة التربية بدولة الكويت.
Excuse me, TMOD. I want to have a minute for feedback. It's okay. It's all right.
And also need a minute for after 1 minute for feedback, we need 1 minute also for poll, please.
Okay, Toastmaster FRubina. Let's go. Time off.
That is an indication from the timer. We are done with 1 minute. So I may request 1 more minute for the poll, please. For the best speaker.
Master Rubina.
Yes.
All speakers out of time. Please. Toastmaster Rubina.
Yes, Toastmaster Mahmoud.
All speakers out of time. Toastmaster Ali, DTM Ali Shahbaz, 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Toastmaster Seham Mohammed, 22 minutes and 45 seconds.
Now, since we have just 2 speakers, that is a fantastic job from Toastmaster Mahmoud as a timer. Now, since we just have 2 speakers, and since both of them have exceeded the time limit, I would like to know from our president that can we come on a concisus, and we will have a first-hand experience of a concisus today. Can we have the poll again? Have we qualified the 2 speakers? Please, DTM Murali, DTM Sahar, and DTM Alka Kumra can put some light on this. You may shed some light on this, please.
Sorry, what was that, Rubina?
DTM Alka, both the speakers have crossed the time limit.
Okay.
So as per the timer, both the speakers are disqualified. So
Okay.
what's your call on this? Could you shed some light on this, please?
So both are best speakers, no? They are Toastmasters already. They have exceeded the limit. Toastmasters usually exceed the limit.
They have exceeded the limit. They are outstanding speakers.
Both are best speakers. So that's all. Let's move on.
So I believe we are not having a poll.
Yes, we are not having a poll. Thank you.
Okay. So that is one shot of work done for Toastmaster Mahmoud. Now we are heading to the much awaited segment of this evening, that is the educational workshop, which will be conducted by Professor Imadudden Amer. Imadudden Amer معلم لغة الإنجليزية في وزارة التربية بدولة الكويت من سنة 1985. معلم لغة الإنجليزية في معاهد لغة في مسروع مترجم في تلفزيون الكويت من سنة 1993. So may I request Professor Imad to take over the podium. The podium is yours.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. I hope you hear me fine. The camera is okay. All right. Well, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you, Toastmaster FRubina. Thank you, President of the meeting, DTM Alka. I'd like to greet everyone in this kind meeting. It's very nice to see you today. Let's have a word in Arabic. Let's consider it a simple introduction. When we talk about, okay, sorry, in Arabic. عندما نتحدث عن تعلم اللغة الإنجليزية نجد الكثير من الصعوبات وقد يكون لدى البعض كثير من المخاوف، ولكن دعونا نتفق على أن هناك مبدأ بسيط جدا يقول إن لم تخض في الماء لن تعرف متعة السباحة. وليكن هذا هو المنظور الذي من خلاله ننظر إلى موضوع تعلم اللغات. في تعلم اللغات نحن دائما في محاولة وخطأ. As they say, try and error all the time. وبالتالي it's not a big deal to make a mistake أو إن الأكسنت مش قد كده زي ما بيقولوا. We are not native speakers after all. We are trying. We have two ways and أو نقول طريقتين بساط جدا لتعلم اللغة، وهما المحاكاة والتكرار. نتعلم دائما من محاكاة النيتيف سبيكرز أو المتحدثين باللغة الأم، ونكرر حتى نتقن ما تعلمناه أو ما سمعناه. Today we are going to try something very simple. It's under this title and نوجه الكلام لغير الناطقين باللغة الإنجليزية أو الذين ليست لغتهم الإنجليزية الأولى أو الثانية، هم الناطقون بالعربية في الأساس. هم المشاركون الأكثر فعالية، وننظر إلى هذه a very simple demonstration. Let's have a look here. أرجو أن يكون الشكل واضحا. Read and speak. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Of course, when we talk about any language, we have 4 skills in any language we have to tackle or we have to perfect. At least we have to try. The 4 skills are, 2 of them are here in front of you, reading and speaking. The other 2 are related to listening and
Writing.
writing. Very good. We have very good.
بس تسوي سلايد شو تكبر السلايد خليها شو.
أكيد. Okay. Is it okay now? Better?
لا من تحت لازم تضغط على سلايد شو تحت.
Okay.
بس عشان تكبر الشاشة. أيوة.
Press F5. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, so it's, as we mentioned, the 4 skills are reading, speaking, listening, and writing. One of the most difficult is writing and speaking. But let's talk about reading and speaking today. We have this very short passage about a library. Okay? Of course, we know the library. Now, from your own personal information, what's a library? If you have an answer, just give me the feedback, because I cannot see the names or the screen at all. I have just this slide in front of me.
Collection of books.
Okay.
In the modern literature, library may be a collection of movies. A library may be a collection of photographs.
Collection of anything.
Yes, a collection of materials. After all, it's a collection of audio material, video materials, or published or printed materials. Now we have this small or simple passage about a library. Okay, I need you to read and wait for the questions. Take a minute to read this short passage or short paragraph and wait for the questions. Get ready for the question. I need to hear you.
You want me to read?
Yes, read silently, please, and get ready for the question. Mr. Murali, I'm familiar with the name.
You are familiar with the name because you are able to read and write. Read and speak.
Thank you. That's very nice of you. I can see your name on the screen. It's a very nice name, by the way.
Thank you.
Right. So let's concentrate more on the Arabs. I can see some, or most of you can speak English very well, even better than me. نركز على المتحدثين باللغة العربية. Okay. Now, I can see the names. زي ما قلت لكم مش شايف الأسماء ومش شايف الصور لكن أقدر أسمع. The first question is, of course, about the library. What is a library? According to the passage, حسب القطعة, what is a library? I need a full sentence, a complete sentence, please.
It's a collection of books.
It's a collection of books. Very good. Miss or Mrs. Seham, thank you.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, the word library also has a different meaning or another meaning. What does it mean? A library, in another definition,
It's a place.
Collection.
Okay. No,
it's a collection of
The books are kept.
non-Arab,
non-English speakers, please. Let's concentrate on the non-English speakers. نركز على الغير ناطقين باللغة الإنجليزية. Thank you.
I think we have another kind of library. It's going to be a digital library. It's not only with the computer, with the books only. We can have digital materials, and we can keep it in some sort of folders or power. What do you call it? We can keep it in some devices or storage or something like this. We can have a digital library also.
Yes,
I guess this is the type of library. The other definition, as I understood, the place where the books are kept, right?
Right. That's very good, Seham. It's okay. Since we are concentrating on the passage, of course, the word library has many definitions, has many concepts, but we are talking about a comprehension passage here, a reading comprehension, and I think we have Toastmaster Ala. Toastmaster Ala, do you hear me? And Toastmaster Mr. Mahmoud, Hassan, and Toastmaster Mishari. I think these are the non-English speakers.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, what do we call the library we have at home?
Private library.
A private library. Okay, thank you. That's a good one. Now, from this passage, in this paragraph, you can pick the opposite of private. Check the meaning of private. Private is, okay, can you give me? Public, okay. Public, that's very good. The public library is the opposite of private. And of course, it's in general, private is the opposite of public. Now, can you give me the same meaning for private? When I have a private library, it means that I have a
personal.
A personal yes, that's yes. You have your own library. You have your own library. You have your personal library, and for the word public, of course, it's available for everyone. Let's move to the second paragraph, which is a little bit bigger. Okay, now. Here we have a question about the things people can do in a library, okay? Particularly in public libraries. And the question is, what can people do in a public library? Remember to pick your answer from the passage in front of you.
Read and borrow books.
Yes, read and borrow books. That's very good one. Okay. What else? Mr. Mohammed Abdulati, Toastmaster Mohammed. Jump in. Jump in. Take the leap. Okay. Miss Asma.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think people can do in a library instead, in addition to reading and borrowing books?
I think they can
yes.
learn how to read quietly.
Yes, they can learn how to read in a quiet atmosphere, but this is not an activity. This is a conduct or a behavior you have to commit yourself to during a visit to a library. Now, let's try to stick to the passage, okay? Look at the passage carefully. Okay.
The problem is that I can't see the font. It's very small.
I'm so sorry. This is not my fault after all. But anyways, okay. Now, how many types of books we can see in a library? We can see many types of published materials or printed materials, like
can I say?
Magazines, all right. Newspapers. Okay. Now I need someone to put the word magazine in a full sentence of your own. Try to use it in a sentence of your own. Pick a sentence. Think of a sentence.
I read the fashion magazine every month.
You read fashion magazines every month. That's good for you. So you must be fashionable. Right.
I eagerly wait for Toastmasters magazine every month.
Every month you have a magazine every month. That's nice. Okay, good for you. Okay, now in a library there are certain rules to be followed, either by you or by the librarian or the one in charge of the library. Okay, now what are the basic rules to be followed in a library? I think I need to hear Mr. Mahmoud Hassan, Toastmaster Mahmoud Hassan. I think you are Ahlawi. You are an Ahlawi, and this is a karitha for me because I am a dedicated Zamalkawi, by the way. We will have a fight.
Oh.
أنا آسف جدا بس تقاطع المصالح يخليني أحط السؤال أوجه لك السؤال مباشرة وعايزك أنت اللي تجاوب على الأسئلة كلها بدون استثناء.
لا خلاص أنا زملكاوي
أنا زمهلاوي.
ده راجل محايد. ده راجل محايد ودبلوماسي. اتفضل يا أستاذ محمود. أنا نسيت السؤال كان عن إيه؟ You remember؟
خلاص.
The rules.
خلاص يا أستاذ عماد طالما نسيت السؤال خلاص.
The rules followed in a library. Okay. What are the rules?
عارف.
They are here in the passage. If you look carefully.
معلش وانا مش متابعتش من الاول للاسف بس.
طيب السؤال اوكي الفقرة الثانية okay the second paragraph. Okay you have a question about the rules followed in a library. What are the rules to be followed in a library? We have more than one here. Let me make it easy for you. Okay. Reference books. This is a clue. إشارة.
The reference book are not to be taken away.
Yes, reference books are not to be taken away. Okay, we have something simple to do here. Can you rephrase?
We should
rephrase the sentence. Reference books are not to be taken away.
Put back in their current place or on shelves.
Okay, that's a good one. Putting the books back to their regular place. Okay.
Always make sure to keep the reference books in their place.
Okay, that's a good one.
Reference books are to be borrowed only.
Are to be borrowed.
Only.
Okay, this is opposite to the rules of libraries.
It says here, as with the context, as per the context, it says can be read and borrowed books.
No.
Borrow a book. When you borrow a book, you return them.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
It says reference books are not to be taken away.
Yes, that's good. You are not supposed to take reference books out of the library. You're supposed to use them in the library and leave them.
Send them back.
Can I say, sir?
Yeah, sure.
What are the things to be maintained in library is, first of all, you'll have to maintain silence, and you can use this for research purpose. No noise of any kind to be allowed, and you have to keep quiet and avoid causing any disturbances.
Thank you very much. If I have one more minute, can I have one more minute for one last question?
Yes, you go ahead.
Yes. You have the word silence underlined, okay? Can you give me the same meaning of silence from the passage?
No noise.
No noise.
Quiet.
Okay. Quiet. That's very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's been an enjoyable session, and I've enjoyed your company very, very much. I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much. Thank you, Toastmaster FRubina. Thank you, President of the meeting, DTM Alka. Thank you, everybody. See you soon.
Excellent meeting, sir. Excellent session.
It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you very much, Professor Imad. That was certainly very enlightening. We have got a lot of information from you. And being a Toastmaster of the day for the first time, I made lots and lots and lots of mistakes today. And Mr. Professor Imadudden Amer has actually given me the permission to do that. Like he said, it's okay to make mistakes. So here I am with lots of mistakes doing my TMOD job today. I would head to the general evaluator of the day. That is none other than DTM Sahar Alwardagi. Over to you. The podium is yours. Sahar Alwardagi, DTM Sahar Alwardagi. The general evaluator, DTM Sahar Alwardagi.
Yes. Sorry, it was on mute. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome again in our segments of Toastmasters Club, Anglo-Arab Toastmasters Club. Now we have the evaluation, general evaluation segment, which is divided into 3 segments. The first is the evaluation of the prepared speeches. The first speech was presented by DTM Ali Shahbaz, and the evaluator holds an MA in Innovation and Technology Management, a certified trainer in self-development, and a travel hobbyist. He enjoyed sea trips, especially fishing. The president of Tawasul Toastmasters Club. He believes in the wisdom of be like a tall palm tree, throwing a rock and reaping the best fruit. He is Toastmasters Mishari. Will you please evaluate DTM Ali's speech? Thank you very much. Will you please unmute yourself?
صوت معقول أستاذ مشاري.
Unmute yourself, please. Toastmaster Mishari.
Sorry for that.
Timing.
Happiness is made, not found. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. We listened to for DTM Ali Shahbaz speech. Mr. Ali, my evaluate for your speech, not for yourself, in 3 parts. First part, you excelled at the address of the ceremony, different culture. Introduction, the beginning of the speech was attractive. Your speaking language was clear and easy to understand. Effectively uses eyes contact to engage audience because you look of the camera all over the speech and you appear comfortable the audience. You address some aspect, one more of your culture and associated story type, as you said. Half Indian, half Bahraini reality, some in Bollywood, and it doesn't matter after you joined the Toastmaster, you are Indian or Arabic or English, because you reach district director, you find all cultures from Kuwait, Bahrain, Egypt, Lebanon, and Jordan with different background, with mixed people, but you talk the same language. You may want to, that's the second part, you may want to know physical gesture need to improve to enhance speech. Better to move over the stage, divided in the 3 segments. In each of them, you talk about one subject. For example, you said for the first segment you want to be an Indian Toastmaster, the second one in Filipino Toastmaster, the last one and the district director. In a speech of you you talk about one subject, so it will remains on mind. The third part, my recommendation to challenge yourself. Please choose an effective and strong conclusion. We can say, if you happy mind, you happy will. Back to you, the general evaluation. Thank you very much.
TM Sahar, you are muted.
Yes, sorry. Thank you, Toastmasters Mishari Alqattan, for this evaluation. And let us give him a big applause because it is the first time to make evaluation in English. Thank you
Very much. I appreciate it.
Now we will go to the second evaluation for the second speaker. The second speaker was Toastmasters Seham Mohammed. Her evaluator is a Toastmasters, but with a difference. Love to learn and learn always. He was immediate past Division E Director, President Distinguished Division in District 20, professionally a coach, mentor, corporate trainer, financial advisor, and promotes medical tourism. Let us welcome DTM Murali Manohar.
Good evening, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and my target speaker, Area Director Toastmaster Seham. Seham, you have done an excellent speech, an excellent presentation of 20 minutes, and I'm going to evaluate your speech in 3 ways. One is I'm going to say what is the best good things you have excelled at. And second is what you would like to work on. Third is challenge yourself. Please let me know by show of hands, how many of you liked our presentation and speech? Either show thumbs up or a clap. I want participation, please. Very good. Thank you very much. You have done a great presentation. Excellent, and very happy that you have given us a knowledge on what a consensus should be. Your slides were fantastic, very informative, very good. And the initial video presentation is the most important thing, most attractive one. So these are the 3 good points I have to mention. Second thing is the one which I'm going to concentrate. You may want to work on. I understand from the objective that this is a speech and it is a reaching consensus and an assignment where I will complete a 2 minutes timer. It is a 2 to 3 minutes. I want to let you know that you are supposed to be engaging us through a topic and coming to a consensus, not presenting a subject or presentation on consensus. You are here, like you said, there is a club that did not meet even for once online. This type of topic should have been given to the members, and members should have given these ideas not through feedback. That should have been your topic, and where you would have made, you should have made everyone give their views and from there you come to a consensus. So what is the area which you have to challenge yourself is, see what is the objective of your speech. We are not here to show our presentation skill. You have done a great presentation. It could be a workshop you could have done, but today's speech is a consensus where you should have asked the people's opinion on a topic rather than giving the topic. So with this note, I would like to again conclude by saying that you did a great speech, excellent presentation, but you are not up to the objective which was required. So if I'm in your place, I will redo it again. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Murali. A big applause for you also for this great evaluation. And now we will go to the second segment of the general evaluation. The second one is the Grammarian and counters. She's Toastmasters since 2012, member of 6 clubs, currently immediate past district club growth director, past district admin manager. She loves to serve Toastmasters and has helped charter many Toastmaster and Gable clubs. One of them is Anglo-Arab Toastmaster Club. Please help me welcome DTM Alka Kumra.
Thank you, General Evaluator DTM Sahar. Well, I'm delighted today to hear some great speeches and wonderful usage of English words, English grammar. Well, I'm not able to comment much upon the Arabic usage, but English language was well used. And I would like to highlight some of the good usage when DTM Ali said, I like the way he used it. We are truly global, truly Toastmasters International. So wonderful usage, wonderful thinking of using the words Toastmaster International in his speech in this way. The second speaker, DTM Seham, also when she spoke about the leadership qualities, she used great words there. So usage of those words makes the language better. Coming to the educational session, well, I was really again delighted to hear a great session from our Professor Imadudden. I really loved it. The way he gave the chance to non-Arab, non-English speakers to hone their language. The usage of the word delighted could have been better because it's a very simple word, and I heard people saying I'm happy. Instead of I'm happy, they can use I am delighted. And the best thing about our educational session was that he kept to the time, because what should I say? Should I say that he's a non-Toastmaster? That's why. Anyway, so I would not like to comment much on that, but that's my Grammarian report. Coming to the R counter report, well, DTM Ali Shahbaz is a well-versed, he's a perfectionist himself, so no R's there. DTM Seham, only one place I could hear an R. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster FRubina, had it a few times, but I know she's a new Toastmaster and she's working very hard to improve herself. Toastmaster Mishari, the evaluator, no R's and ums. DTM Murali, there were a couple of R's and ums. With that, I would like to hand over the control back to our general evaluator. Thank you, DTM Sahar.
Help me also give a big round of applause to DTM Alka Kumra for her report. Now is the time for the General Evaluator rule. The Zoom platform was set on time. guests welcomed by everyone upon arrival. The president of the meeting informed guests about Toastmasters and the meeting format. The president was prepared and organized the opening of the meeting. The meeting started on time. The sergeant at arms opened the meeting and observed the meeting rules and club mission in both English and Arabic languages. Everyone probably introduced. The Toastmaster of the day is probably introduced also by the president of the meeting. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster FRubina Shiekh, also introduced and explained the meeting theme. She introduced the general evaluator, the timer, the grammarian, and the accounter. The grammarian and accounter DTM Alka Kumra was prepared and introduced her rule within the allotted time. She also introduced the word of the day and put it in sentences. The word of the day was appropriate and fitting for the theme of the meeting. And she returned the control probably to the general evaluator. The timer was prepared and he introduced his role within the allotted time. Toastmasters Mishari Alqattan was the first evaluator. It was the first time for him to take the evaluator role, so we gave him a big applause. It was positive evaluation for our great guest, DTM Ali Shahbaz. Our second evaluator, DTM Murali Manohar, also was great and positive evaluation for Toastmasters Seham speech. The two evaluators returned the control probably to the general evaluator also. Their evaluation was brief and yet complete. The educational session was perfect. We had many benefits of it. We learned not only English, but also we knew more about library. Thank you, our professional teacher, Imadudden. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, we don't have to make a poll for the evaluators.
Okay.
Thank you very much, DTM Sahar. Let us have a minute of silence for the poll.
Will you please ask the timer within the time?
May I request the timer to please keep the time for a minute to launch the poll.
Are they within the time, the two evaluators?
All evaluators in time.
They are
All
in time.
evaluators in time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
شكرا.
Only 8 people voted until now. We need 4 more, please. 3 more, please. 3 more to finish the evaluation. Come on, they need your support. 3 more, please. Okay, thank you. The poll is done.
Thank you, DTM Fatma. With this, we are coming to the end of the meeting. With a small note, I would say, إذا استيقظت غدا ولم يكون لديك سبب للشعور بالسعادة، أشعر بالامتنان لمجرد الاستيقاظ في دفء عائلتك حتى تحت ماوى منزلك في بلد يسوده سلامة والوعيم من حولك. سوف تتبعك السعادة لأنه لن يستيقظ جميعا غدا، قد لا يكون البعض من أسرهم وعديدة منهم ويكيفهن كل يوم من أجل البقاء وسط الأنف. With this, we come to the end of this meeting. Now, hand over the mic to the President, DTM Alka Kumra.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for wonderfully steering the meeting today. It's your first endeavor towards this, and you have done it wonderfully. Well done. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
And thank you, everyone, for being with us tonight. It's been a wonderful meeting and a great session, wonderful educational session. I would please request Professor Imadudden to say a few words. How did he like our meeting? Has he been to a Toastmasters meeting before? And if yes or if no, please let us know how did you like the meeting today. Professor Imadudden?
Yes, hi, thank you. Well, in fact, this is the first time I'm in one of these lovely and wonderful meetings. But I always hear about Toastmasters, and wasn't it for the lack of time, I could have been one of you, but unfortunately, it's a matter of business over joy. That's a choice you have to make, either to work or have fun. Sometimes it's a pleasure, of course, to mix fun with work, but unfortunately, this is not available for me because of lack of time. That's the problem. But all in all, you are a wonderful group of people from different countries, different backgrounds, and being with you is really an enriching experience. It's something that you find once in a lifetime, to be among a group of such distinguished and lovely people. Thank you very much for having me today, and I hope to see you soon. Don't be miser. Invite me more, and I'm very I'm very willing at any time, any day, day and night, 24 hours available. Just give me the chance, and I will be all yours. Thank you very much. Thank you again, and it's been my pleasure. Goodbye.
Thank you, Professor Imadudden, and it's been our pleasure to have you, and we learned from a great mind today. Let me tell you a little about Toastmasters International. It's an organization which is there in about 145 countries, and the founder, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, he used to say we learn best in the moments of enjoyment. So that's what we try to do in Toastmasters. Have a little fun, have a little networking, speak to each other, and in the bargain, we improve our communication skills. So we are not actually becoming public speakers, taking public speaking classes, so to say. So we just learn from each other. So we would be happy to have you again with us anytime.
The pleasure is all mine, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And may I now request our distinguished guest, DTM RA, immediate past RA, DTM Ali, to say a few words. How did you like our meeting?
Thanks a lot, our President Alka Kumra. I'm happy to be speaking at Anglo-Arab Toastmasters meeting. Just for everybody to know, I and I'm sure Alka knows, and even Murali, I have taken breaks at speeches. I'm now used to workshops, keynotes, 3-minute speech where I won't be timed out, But I'm trying to come back now to prepared speeches, to speak 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm on the journey to my DTM in Pathways, and wish me all the luck. Now this whole week, even the next week, I have speaking engagements. Thanks to our Murali, who is helping me a lot, and looking for slots. That's wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, DTM Ali. And you are welcome anytime to this club. It's your own club anytime. Feel free to join us or ask for a speaking slot. And Toastmaster Mishari, of course, we are grateful to you for supporting us, but we would like to hear
Yes,
from you.
thank you very much, Mr. President. Really appreciate, and I'm happy every time I'll be with Anglo-Arab. Time to time, I'll improve myself more than before. Inshallah, the next meeting also, I will improve myself in another role, inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure having you with us. And Toastmaster Asma, can we hear from you?
Yeah. Happiness can be found in little things, in things which make life worth living, in things which give life its meaning, little things which do cause our soul to be smiling. And for me, my happiness does be derived from the being of Toastmaster family like you, where nice meals of learning experiences shared and a good support given to each other. Thank you so much for such wonderful meeting.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Asma. Let me tell everyone, Toastmaster Asma is the president of Jara Elite Toastmasters, and she is trying to attend as many clubs as possible, club meetings as possible, other clubs. And I love this enthusiasm from her and the urge to learn. So well done, Toastmaster Asma, and keep it up.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you. And with that, I think we are done with our guests' feedback. Toastmaster Fatma, our VPPR, and we have the results. Of course, we have two best speakers today, DTM Ali and DTM Seham.
Okay, I'm ready whenever you want me to be. I'll
Yes.
share my screen with you.
Please go ahead, Toastmaster Fatma.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to maximize the screen now. Okay, there's a problem, I think, with the sharing and the net today. I don't know what's wrong with them.
No problem. Even small screen is okay.
Now your net is okay.
I need to maximize the screen for you to all.
Yeah, we can see it. That
Yeah.
we will do it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is the second time to be at the best one.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
It's great to have you.
Okay, since we have both the speakers, they are out of time, so we didn't make a certificate for the best speaker, but they deserve a certificate also.
Yes.
Now,
Toastmaster of the day.
The best
you very
role.
much.
Excellent role played.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate
DTM Ali Shahbaz. Toastmaster Seham.
Excellent.
Thank you. With that, we come to the end of our role players and winners appreciations. I would like to thank all of you for being with us tonight, and let us adjourn the meeting with an invitation, open invitation to all of you to be there for our next meeting on
Will be 22.
On the 22nd of September, same time. Thank
And
you.
if
Bye.